watching. All right? The barber who cut my hair, and see, and when he said to me, I watch your videos all the time. He told me, he says, please don't walk around while you're taping. He actually told me this. He said, stand still. So he said, because, I got a background. Someone said, Pastor has a background. See my background? It doesn't show y'all. But he said, you kill me when you disappear. He said, you just disappeared. Walk away from the camera. He said, stay, those wonderful constructive videos. He said, stay in front of the camera. And then he also said, it's Sean, his name is Sean. Okay, Sean, I know you're gonna rub this to me when I get my hair cut. But here it is. He said to me, he said, Pastor, give an opening, give a YouTube opening, and then have a closing prayer. Like, oh my God. God, there's a Sean Impossible, y'all. And he also said, please make the tape longer. So someone say, try and give it to your audience. Well, at least he's watching, say amen. All right. So to Keisha and near Raleigh, North Carolina, tonight, someone said tonight is the word summit. Listen to me and put it to y'all as shortly as I can. All right, and that's this. Come on, say, I want to win the war that I'm in. I meant that in the spirit realm. I can feel that. Come on, say, if I'm in a financial fight, I will win that fight. Say, if I'm in a medical fight, I'm going to win the fight for my health. So let me win the fight for my family. So let me win the fight to get my new place. Let me say, all of us in one way or another is fighting something. I didn't forget y'all at work. I just don't want y'all fighting your boss. Say amen. All right? Come on, say, win. Come on, say this to me, say, win your war. That's the theme of tonight's beginning at midnight, and it's going to go all the way to midnight on Saturday. And the reason why God gave this to me, and I'm going to explain some more things to y'all when I'm finished with the PSA that they wish I would go and share with them, is this. Please understand this. The enemy is trying to stop you from getting to the place you're supposed to be. Come on, say, I will win the fight to get to the place God wants me to be. The fight means that something's trying to resist you. Something's trying to stop you, block you. Declare this over your life. Say, my fight is winnable. Really believe that. It is very, I went on the side, Sean, don't say nothing. Stay in front of this camera. I told him, I said, I walk for a reason. He said, I figured you were going to say that. But anyway, so tonight we're going to start with the teachings of war. The Bible, the Bible teaches us on how to fight. Well, we can bring that out for the next 24 hours. And then on day 2, we're going to focus on God equipping you for your fight. Say, he's equipping me for my fight. Declare it again. Say, he's equipping me for my fight. And then the last one, listen to me. Say on the 3rd day. Stay in front of the camera. Listen, say, there are places I must win in my fight. Say it again. I knew I'm about to say something that's going to sound interesting. Everybody's heard about David, King David of the Bible. But what people slip, all right, he was a psalmist, he was a singer, he was a dancer, he was a king, he was a prophet. But did you know he was a strategist? Come on, say, there's a strategy God gonna give me to win. If you read the Bible and didn't see his strategy, you missed a lot. David did things by strategy. When he tried to bring the ark from Shiloh, all right, this is for the Bible students. When he tried to bring the ark to Jerusalem and someone touched it and they died, it stayed in Ramoth Gilead. This is me just years of reading the Bible. And where it say that, everyone that was around that got blessed. And David got jealous. He was like, no, I want this in Jerusalem. And so he put together a campaign, a strategy to bring the ark to Jerusalem. David was able to make the kingdom larger by strategy. Come on, say, God's going to enlarge me by a strategy He's going to give me. You're not just going to your destiny. He's going to give you directions and strategy for your destiny. Come on, say, there are directions and instructions for my destiny. On day 4, we will give you 24 places that is necessary. 24 places in your life. 24 places in your life that you must win. One of them, I don't mind giving you one. Say, what's one of them? The place for you to have health. Clap hands for that. All right. There are 23 others. And by the way, each one of these, I'm going to back it up with the Bible. 24 necessary places that you must win in order for you to win overall. All right. There's a saying. We got people here working in the hospital. Come on, say health is wealth. Look at all these look at all these health workers. All right. When you have no health, you can't do a thing. Say amen. All right. So you must win the battle for your health. Say amen. Come on. So in the end, come on, say, win the war in strategic places. Know what strategic places that you must win. Say amen. We're gonna talk about it right on the third day. All right. And I encourage you, if you haven't signed up, sign up. It will go on to in the hotel where I'm staying here in New York. The guy was seeing me working on a computer, and I was telling him that Jerry in Manhattan he said, Pastor, I may not like reading, but I like listening. He says, send me the audios. Come and say, do that podcast. And then the worker in the hotel says, when you do the podcast, let me know. I want to listen. Come and say, hurry up and do those podcasts. So for those who may not, you may not be the reader, but you don't mind, all right, while you're washing, while you're eating, while you're riding, or whatever way. Yeah, I learned that in New York. Y'all get on the subway and y'all put your earplugs in. Look at this. Everyone put their earplugs in so you can hear what everyone's saying on the subway. So may we put enough on the podcast that when you put your earplugs in, you're listening to the words of it. Clap your hands for that. Amen. Pray for your sister church in Baltimore. Come and say, may the 18th celebration go well. All right. On the 26th, we will be celebrating like we did here in January. Y'all remember how well it went in January? Can I dance for the celebration in January? I think that was one of the first time I saw Nika all dolled up. Nika I was like, I take a look. Nika was all dressed up. Carissa being Carissa, that's not fair. Nika had another name. I'm not gonna say it on camera. Say amen. And she'd be like, forget that name, forget it. And every time I forget it, Carissa will remind me, that's the day. All right. So, I heard it in the spirit. For real. You want me to say it? All right, Keisha. I cheated. I'm telling you, I cheated. I heard it in the spirit. You should know I'm a prophet. I just heard it all of a sudden. I heard that name, Keisha. Say amen. So even if she don't tell me, I can hear it in the spirit. Come and say, keep flowing in that level. Listen, I've been known to call names of people who in your family. I've done this so many times. And to the next time, the person will be like, how did you call my name? That made them come to church. And one name I called in Baltimore, it was a hard name. I called this guy, his brother name, who I never met. Next day he says, why did you call my name? I said, I don't know. I just heard your name. All right. Listen, and I got more to share with y'all, but we must go because it's late. Say amen. So I'm gonna end this PSA, give God praise.